you can hear, the fans here right by the Rich Eisen Show set in the NFL Experience having a good time, and you can join the fun as well. Go to richinhouston.com right now. We've got a great show in store for you on Thursday. Deion Sanders will be here, Michael Strahan, we've got Chris Berman, Derek Brooks, Drew Brees, and more. And then on Friday's show, if you go to richinhouston.com and you're lucky enough to get the tickets, Sean Payton, Larry Fitzgerald, Brandon Marshall, and I guess, mentor, in a way, of our next guest who's sitting right here, Snoop Dogg, will be here on Friday. Le'Veon Bell of the Pittsburgh Steelers joining us on behalf of FedEx here on the Rich Eisen Show from Houston. Good to see you, Le'Veon.
I appreciate it.
How often do you and Snoop talk?
Well,
you say?
I'll say at least once every 2 weeks. Me and him are definitely in contact. Definitely during the season, we talk a lot. And obviously, he helped me with my music and things like that.
So the latest track that I heard dropped this past week, called, what was the name of this?
Shrimp Bayless.
Shrimp Bayless. Did Snoop help you with Shrimp Bayless?
Nah, he didn't help me with it. He obviously heard it, but yeah, he didn't help me with it. That was kind of just me. That's just what I felt at that time.
Okay, how you felt at the time. And just understand this, when you choose where you go on, one inspires you to give you a rap. Another, when you call in, you wind up setting the single playoff game rushing record of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Just right the next week. You do recall you called into our show and then you went ahead.
Yeah, I do recall.
Okay. And then, if I'm not mistaken, the following week, after that week, you then broke that record again in your first 2 career playoff games.
Yes.
I'm not incorrect in
no,
making any of these
absolutely
assumptions.
Accurate.
So welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. You're going to have a hell of a weekend.
I'm back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Appreciate it.
So what happened with your groin? What happened in that game?
Well, I think, just throughout the course of the year, it felt a little tight. It wasn't bothering me to the point of my performance or anything, until the Miami game. The Miami game is when, I started feeling it. It was a way I got tackled in the third quarter, and it was a lot of pain that instantly came. I think something happened, at that time. Kansas City game, I played on it, was in a lot of pain. It was tough to get through the game. And then obviously the Patriots game, it was just too much to overcome. I got hurt like second play of the game, and then I tried to continue to play on it, but it was a point in the game where I had a hole, and I felt like I got 10, 15 yards on, but I couldn't even burst and be myself, and I couldn't play, and I felt like I was holding the team back, so I'm obviously couldn't play.
So at that point, you went to Tomlin, or you went to?
No, I just remember when I got up off the ground, D'Angelo was already running in, so I could already tell it was obvious. I felt like the sideline kind of knew, I just wasn't myself, and they pulled me. I obviously did everything I could on the sideline, try to warm back up, and just try to get good and feeling good again, but it just wasn't. It wasn't happening.
Le'Veon Bell here on the Rich Eisen Show right now. So Big Ben then drops an interesting bomb in the local radio show that he does every week in his final appearance this year, saying he doesn't know if he's coming back. What do you think?
I obviously hope he comes back. I'm not in his shoes, so I'm not necessarily, knowing what's going on in his head or how he feels or how his body feels. I'm sure, there's a lot of things going with family, maybe the other issues that, we might not know about, but I'm obviously hoping for the best for him. Obviously selfishly, I want him to play, because we want to, I want to win a championship, and I think he's obviously, our best chance of, doing that at the quarterback position. So
does he strike you as somebody, though, that does maybe have a foot out the door? Did he strike you at all as a guy who
at the time
was thinking about his own football mortality in any way, shape, or form?
At the time, during the course of the season, I couldn't really tell. I didn't have no thoughts about it, about him coming back. But Heath Miller was kind of like, a real close friend to him. Mm-hmm. And, when Heath retired, that year he retired, nobody seen it either, everybody's just kind of thinking, it's another year for Heath, but he just kind of called it quits. So they both have a different way of showing things, it didn't look like he was slowed down or anything. It didn't look like he was thinking about being done, but the fact that all that news came out, obviously he thought about it, but, I obviously want him back.
Le'Veon Bell here on the Rich Eisen Show. Did the Facebook Live stuff matter? Did it play into the AFC Championship game loss in any way, shape, or form in that locker room and any conversations at all, Le'Veon?
I guess if you look back on it, the fact we lost that game, people are going to kind of look at it and say it mattered, but I don't think at the time, we're thinking anything of it. You know what I mean? Obviously, our whole thing went viral. AB was on the Facebook Live while Coach T's talking, and AB didn't mean no harm by it. But at the time, you obviously couldn't do it. I mean, it's not something that's, accepted or allowed, to do. So when you look back on it, I guess you say, people are going to say, it affected the way we played or affected the way the Patriots played or whatever. But I don't look at it like that. I think, the Patriots had a better game. They got us that game.
Le'Veon Bell here on the Rich Eisen Show. How do you see this playing out? Obviously, you know the Patriots pretty well. You've seen them twice. You saw them twice this year. Right. You obviously were studying their film just 10 days ago to try and get to this game. How do you think the Falcons match up against the Patriots?
The Falcons are going to be a problem. Obviously the Patriots, I can speak really on their defense. They're really disciplined on defense. I think they kind of live by the sword, die by the sword type of defense. They do what they do, whether you know what's coming or not. I think the Falcons got a lot of weapons. Obviously, Julio Jones. They got two horses at the running back. Matt Ryan been having an MVP type season. Their offensive line been doing a good job up front. I just think, it's going to really come down to who got the ball last. I don't think the Patriots are going to really be able to stop the Falcons too many times. I don't think the Patriots or the Falcons are going to be able to stop the Patriots too many times. So I think it's going to kind of come down to, the quarterbacks and who got the ball last.
Luck of the draw as to who basically is going to have possession.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
With two and change to go. Do you speak with LeGarrette Blount still?
Yeah, LeGarrette, my guy. Me and him, we was talking a whole bunch of trash leading up to our game. Obviously, I'm wishing him luck in the Super Bowl, things like that. But, yeah, that's my guy.
16 touchdowns he had this year.
Incredible. Didn't even get to go to the Pro Bowl. Didn't get invited to the Pro Bowl, but he had a Pro Bowl-like year.
Mm-hmm. So before we get to the FedEx Ground Award that you were up for to win the whole shooting match, Brockman asked the poll question that people can get on our app at the Apple App Store and Google Play, because we've got Terrell Davis coming on later. We've got easily one of the best running backs in the National Football League sitting right here on the Rich Eisen Show set in Houston.
Yeah, Le'Veon, we're talking about best Super Bowl running back performance of all time. Terrell Davis coming up next. Super Bowl 32, 157 yards, 3 touchdowns. Timmy Smith, he's long forgotten, but he had a great Super Bowl 22 all-time record, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. Marcus Allen, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, that legendary run. And John Riggins threw up 166 in a score in Super Bowl 17.
If you had to choose, which one would you choose right there, Le'Veon?
The 204 and 2 touchdowns? Did they win that game?
Timmy Smith, they did win that game. Everybody that's on that screen won that football.
Yeah, I gotta go with that. I mean,
you were halfway to John Riggins' playoff mark of most rushing yards in a single postseason going into the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that's why, I really wish I could have completed the playoffs. I felt like I was in a crazy rhythm.
Right. Well, so you go Timmy Smith right there. And our poll question is brought to you by the new 2017 Honda CR-V. This perfectly balanced vehicle can tackle anything life throws at you with its available 190 horsepower turbocharged engine, dual zone automatic climate control. Hurry into your local Honda dealer right now to check out the versatile CR-V. And then you can go to NFL.com/FedEx through tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time and vote for you, right, Le'Veon?
Vote for me, yes.
And if you win, what happens?
$50K goes to USO. So make sure you get that, that vote in for me, especially the Juice Man.
Okay, so it's a vote for Le'Veon Bell and America, essentially.
America, yes.
See how we're going to try and game that system for you? Hey, thanks for coming on, Le'Veon. Thanks for coming on this show. You bet.
It's still go green.
Even though one of our fans here in the audience screamed out, "You're better than Zeke," I mean, which is something you and I can at least agree on.
Yes,
right?
We can do that.
Okay, on certain Saturdays during the fall. Congratulations on a great 4th season in the NFL. Already look forward to more from you. You bet. Le'Veon Bell here on the Rich Eisen Show. When we come back at 6 and 6 o'clock, he's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Terry Crews will be here on the Rich Eisen Show set in Houston.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.